This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Okay, I'm not sure that was the sound I was hoping for.
That's one of our best cold opens of all time. And what a great way to herald another visit from our favorite Yuletide demon, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. Oh, yeah. No.
Was that Jones? Of the fast lane?
In the fast lane?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Jones of the Fast Lane was a rotoscoped game, so...
Oh, but they had a
This
little
guy
guy, like on the cover of the box.
Oh,
Like,
they did, didn't they? Yeah, it might be, now that you mention it.
he just killed that man. And that woman.
That woman.
Yeah,
But they are in love.
That guy.
Shoot.
Cat.
But who is this again? Like, who is this supposed to be, do we think?
He's the seasoned professional.
That's exactly correct.
No.
I appreciate that the seasoned professional works as hard as he can to bring a different holiday instead of Christmas.
Oh, here we go.
I appreciate that effort.
Aw.
Yes, that's it. Action.
Okay. Oh, he fucked it up. Once again. Hey, everybody.
Yep.
Listen,
Hello.
season's greetings, eh?
Yay!
Yep.
Happy holidays.
Greetings to all of the seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our
It's,
it's our official Christmas episode. We do this every year.
So last year we did the VGA 1990 Sierra Christmas card. This is the EGA version because we are out of Sierra Christmas cards that are at least easily findable.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
I really like
Season's
these things.
greetings
It was
from
nice.
Sierra Online.
We did one for how many years now? God.
Five. There
years
was
now.
1986 through 1992, alternating years, basically. So it went 6, 8, 1990. Then they did the EGA to VGA switchover, which is why there were 2 of them this year, and then 1992.
I actually
Wow.
appreciate this little skit. Like
Yeah.
it's an old digital holiday card. We watched the same sequence in a different graphical format last time. But like the punchline at the end where Santa lays the egg and then hops away like the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
What I do appreciate the artistry behind this, and they were trying something new, doing a little bit of a funny thing. Whereas every other sort of Sierra Christmas card has been a very sort of traditionally Christmas cardy stuff.
And I like this contrarian little sprite they have, fucking up the stage production. They could have hired anyone. Like at a
Jones
certain
of the
point,
Fast Lane, yes.
just fire him.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so this just goes on. That's it then for this one.
This is it.
This is it, and that was what I was about to say. Is basically it is kind of disappointing about the 1990 Christmas card, and I think I get it because they had to render it out in EGA and VGA, and there's maybe some more sort of technical requirement to that.
Yes, that's it.
That is it.
Action.
Is the other Sierra Christmas cards had a lot more sequences.
Yeah, there was there was some very
It was
Christmassy
mostly still
sequences.
scenes, with a little bit of animation, but mostly just Christmas music in MT32.
This
Have you
this
ever
relatively
seen-
complicated joke and story that they're telling here kind of consumes their entire budget.
Yeah.
Must have, yeah.
Julia, have you seen the earlier ones?
I did. In fact, I just rewatched. I thought I rewatched last year's, but last year's was the EGA one. So, I mean, not the EGA one. So I think I just messed up. I watched
Yeah.
the EGA Christmas card one, which is lovely because it's the different scenes and there's the reindeer and, there's the sleigh going across the snow. But no, I don't even think I've even seen the VGA one. So I don't know what I did when I was rewatching. I researched and then I messed up again. So I'm sorry.
Well, there have been... Oh, okay.
This card is basically like a Muppets sketch. And the reason it's so expensive to make is that, like, if you have the Muppet, you could just reuse it, But someone had to do all of this sprite art, relatively little of which is reusable from, one section of the bit to the other.
It's true.
No.
That credits sequence is pretty long.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, not in the grand scheme of, like, video game development.
Wrong.
Well,
Artists, animators, music, production,
I don't
Well-
know.
programming. I'm sure there's a...
There's something funny about Cupid just killing people. And, like, nobody
You're not wrong.
reacting, just people face down in their soup at a restaurant. And the other person just carries on the conversation.
No.
Oh.
You guys air these on Christmas Eve usually? When do you do? I can't remember. I just watched that other one. And
Thereabouts.
Thereabouts?
Yeah. There or like around New Year's.
Okay.
Yes,
I think we've
that's
had
it.
one go up on like January 1st or
The-
2nd in the past.
This one, because we're doing a live stream, this is going to probably go up earlier, right? You could probably throw this
Yeah,
up
yeah.
any day. You could put this
I'll
up.
probably throw this up on the on like Christmas Eve or something like that. I'll be editing up way ahead of time. Like we're recording this on this December 17th, so
Yeah.
probably I'll just schedule it to go out in a week's time.
You can put it on the 23rd.
thereabouts.
Then everybody, we get one, a Sierra Saturday.
Yeah,
and-
then it's another Saturday. That makes sense. Yeah, so there you go. December 23rd.
Hey, look, everybody! I'm a beer in to my my Christmas vacation. I'm drinking a Nine Locks Brewing Company Vanilla Porter. She's dark. She's bitter.
Is it good?
She tastes a little bit like ice cream, just a little bit.
Have you had this before?
Vanilla would
No.
normally do that.
First time I've done it. I actually got this at a Yankee Swap that we did at work. Do you know what a Yankee Swap is?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it like that white elephant type of a thing, or?
Okay, so what you do is everybody buys a gift. We have like a $20, $25 limit. And you put it under a tree, and then everybody involved who wants to be involved in this draws a number, right? And whoever gets one has to go under the tree first and just pick any gift, and then they open it up and they show everyone, and then whoever gets two goes up and they pull a gift and they open it up in front of everyone, and then they get to decide
Right.
whether or not they want to keep it
Right.
or they want to swap it, and so on and so forth until you get to the final person. After the final person goes, who gets the pick of all the gifts, they can the number one gets to go one more time. So 1 is the best number, 2 is the worst to draw. And I was number 13. I was almost near the end, and I picked my own gift. I bought a.
So it's not like you discovered it via the swap.
No, I looked at it
Discovered
and I'm like, ooh,
brought
that-
it to the swap meet and then kept it.
Yeah, I was like, this would be fun. Somebody could drink this, and I won't be too upset if it goes because I've never had it before. And I got a little tiny bottle of Jack Daniels to go with it. And I put it under the tree, and I was like, let's see what happens. And I happened to it. I got it. Everybody had looked at what they had. I didn't. I just said, I'll keep this, and everyone after me was like, no, I'm not going to trade this for a beer and a bottle of whiskey. So I won.
Did I ever tell my Yankee Swap Rock'em Sock'em Robot story on the show?
No, I don't know that you did.
I have a somewhat cursed Rock'em Sock'em Robot set It's not from the original printing of the old one, but it's the same like plastic casting basically that was re-released. So it's very authentic, but not necessarily that authentically old. And it featured in a Yankee Swap at when I was working in Charlottetown. And one of the artists really wanted that Rock'em Sock'em Robots and had it the whole thing. And at the very end, one of the programmers took them at the last minute just so the artist couldn't have them. No other reason. Didn't want them. Just plastic garbage to him. But it meant something to him that the artist would never have them. And around the same time, both that programmer and I were leaving Charlottetown. And the programmer was going all the way to New Zealand and just couldn't bring, plastic garbage with him. So he gave them to me before he left and said, make sure Ramon never gets these. So I brought them with me. And shortly, like within 48 hours of leaving for New Zealand, the programmer died.
Oh wow!
In a really shocking sort of he had a medical condition that that sort of flared up on him basically, and it was really sad and sudden. And I had these robots, and those were the last words he ever said to me. So
wow!
I knowing the programmer's sense of humor, I think he would get a real kick out of the fact that I have carried those robots with me ever since to every place that I've lived, just to watch over them and make sure that the artist never gets his hands on them.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those you could have done justice and given it to the artist. But because he died, the actual justice is now making sure the artist never gets it.
I mean, if the artist wants to cash in his final request to get those robots,
it's like the worst Yankee Swap ever.
Then maybe, but no, I'm not backing out on a last request. I mean,
no, you can't.
He didn't know it would be his last request. He might have done something better with it, but. But
Alex
wasn't.
has been geased with evil, basically.
Exactly. It was
you have to either prevent somebody from getting something they truly desire, or you have to profane the dying wish of a man.
No, he probably made other requests in the next couple of days. It's just troubling because he can't have made that many.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he definitely couldn't have.
His last request was probably technically a takeout order and was fulfilled.
Yeah.
But
his last request was a cheeseburger at McDonald's or something like that, probably. But.
You never know what your last request is going to be, but certainly that was his last request to me, and it was, all things considered, a fairly reasonable one. And I could just melt them in a fire, and that would fulfill the request, but that didn't seem right.
That's true.
No. They need to exist in order to not be had.
Yeah.
It's just better that way. And that's what Christmas is all about.
Christmas is all about, yeah.
I think it's important that somebody who isn't that artist has them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not truly keeping it away from him.
Well, I suppose what you could always do is you could gift it to someone else and pass the geas on to them.
Yeah, and that would do it too. Is that I just won't even tell them about the artist, but then they might find themselves.
You have to in case that would happen, right? That would happen. You wouldn't tell them,
true.
Right? So you have to tell them the whole story, and then tell them it is their responsibility now.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
I would just keep them and not that. That seems like there's might be a little curse on them, so maybe just don't do that.
I honestly like the robots. They're a fun little thing. Put them on a table somewhere. My brother and I did some tests with them, and we think the red one is slightly more likely to win than the blue. I think his latch is slightly more precise or something like that.
Wow. Yeah. Have you guys got any cursed gifts? Let us know. Cursed Christmas gifts. It's one of those things.
Well, I got one that's not as good as that one, and it just came up today, actually. That, our favorite company on Level 0 NPCs, Bell, or Bell Alliance, depending where you live, Bell.
May its name be a curse.
Yeah, yes. It's the holiday season.
May they all be denied their Rock'em Sock'em.
Well, exactly,
Yes.
yeah. Forevermore. Now, they've decided that it's the holiday season, and family is the most important thing in the holiday season. So what they've decided to do today is kill the television here, because why don't you just talk to each other for a change or something? So I've been trying to. At least the internet's working. If the television is not working,
Deliberately?
I don't know. I mean, it always feels that way, doesn't it? But at least the internet is working. I don't know what's happening with the TV. It's never our fault. It's always their fault. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So happy Christmas from Belle. If your TV just decides to die, maybe one day it'll come back. I don't know. But yeah.
Wrong.
Focus
That is
on
pretty
family.
cursed.
Yeah.
Focus on family. Sounds pretty cursed.
That is a cursed gift. 'Tis the holiday season, and your stupid television has stopped stupid working because of stupid Bell.
Yes.
Well,
I feel that deeply.
I'm sorry. Yeah. If it helps, the gift I gave myself of this vanilla porter is now gone, and it was amazing. Nah, you know what? It wasn't amazing. It was great. It was great.
It was what you were in the mood for.
Yeah, it's what I needed, and hey, yeah, it was good. I'm ready for vacation, and I think we all are, and I hope you guys are taking a little time off if you can. I know it's hard. Not everybody works at a college and gets 2 weeks off like me.
Yeah.
But
And the holiday gauntlet can be a hell of a thing on the best of years. So this you're probably watching this in the midst of your holiday gauntlet with any combination of racist relatives and many iterations on turkey dinner, big old plates full of brown food.
yeah. I don't you guys got to let us know Christmas seems different in the United States because Thanksgiving happens so close to it. In Canada, Christmas is very, repeat Thanksgiving with presents.
Yeah. In the U.S., you've scarcely had enough time to sleep off your last turkey before embarking on another one. I know of many people who have hams or something else instead, just because turkey. Thanksgiving wins the turkey race if it has to. So unless you really like turkey, because I lived in the States for a while, right? And so we celebrated when everyone else did. So yeah, you definitely get a little worked out of turkey, I guess, after a while. And family too, I would imagine. I don't know if Christmas is so much a time for family as Thanksgiving is too. So I don't know. It might be. In that particular case, nobody else in my family lived near us where we were down in the States, and all the rest of our extended family was in Canada. So it was just me and my folks.
I just don't know how you guys deal with two major holidays 1 month after each other. Seems weird. But, hey.
Well, you got Halloween in there, too.
Yeah, and if you live in another country, say, I don't know, let's say Australia, for instance. What is that like? What's Christmas there like? You guys have Christmas barbecues? I know Lewis says it's really about having Christmas barbecues. I understand you got a bit of a...
Beach parties?
Yeah. I know Australia had a heat wave or something last week, so it's crazy.
Jesus.
Christmas is one of those annual nuisances that I'm sure pops up even if you don't really celebrate it.
Oh.
It's
hard to avoid, at least in the Western world.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're speaking mostly from the country where we live, but it kind of happens everywhere. It's gonna happen with or without you. So, if anyone does have favorite Christmas traditions or most despised ones, let us know. We'd love to hear about them.
Yeah. And
it's not a favorite Christmas tradition, but it is one that I am entertained with. Having lived in Japan as long as I did, I experienced probably as many Japanese Christmases as I did United States Christmases, and someone was a marketing genius over in East Asia because Kentucky Fried Chicken is the restaurant for Christmas in Japan. And I'm led to believe also Korea. So you would have to literally, I may have told this to you guys before, reserve your bucket of Christmas chicken
Mm-hmm.
a month or two in advance,
Yeah.
and then you would make you would schedule a pickup time, because they couldn't allow enough. Like they would have to like ration them out and give them to people and like cook them all on the same day. So you'd have to be like, I need to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and pick up my special bucket of Christmas chicken at 3:45 in the afternoon, or I won't get it. And also my Christmas strawberry shortcake or whatever that you also order there. So Christmas cake and fried chicken
Yeah.
was
That is crazier than
experience
pickled
right there.
bees.
a little bit. I mean, like, obviously turkey is not easily gettable over there, so it kind of makes sense that something a little bit easier to care for and easier to like get your hands on and then serve widely in Japan would be the thing that takes over for it. But they didn't have Kentucky Fried Chicken in there for long, so somebody in there really saw an open market and fucking carped that diem real hard.
That's
And
cool.
it stuck.
It's totally genius. It's genius because it doesn't resemble hardly at all the type of Christmas dinner that is had in North America. Like there's no Christmas cake here, right? But I mean, it's kind of awesome that they have that. And we don't eat fried chicken or even fried turkey for the most part in North America. But there we go.
Yeah.
I know part of it is because, first of all, you probably can't buy like a 30-pound whatever turkey in Japan, and also where would you cook it? Because I hear tell that they don't really have like ovens of that nature to fit a gigantic bird in. So yeah,
Certainly not in apartments. Yeah, larger houses might, but yeah. No, most of the Christmas season you just see like disgruntled 20-somethings on mopeds dressed as Santa Claus, like delivering pizzas and shit. So.
Wow.
and apparently it's not even like a family holiday either. It's just like it's just like a friends thing or like your significant other thing or something.
New Year's in Canada are like swapped over there.
I see.
Like New Year's is the family holiday. Christmas is the like get together with your friends. In most like Japanese like visual novels, and you'll see like it's when you like confess your love to somebody and like you end up getting together on like the Christmas party and shit like that. So
I think I like that better.
yeah.
Like Christmas with your like family of choice, as it were, and New Year's with your family of birth, as it were.
And nothing's stopping you from doing that, even in the West.
No, that's true. I mean, like my family does.
I suppose. Yeah.
And not in like a bad way. I like my family. I do Christmas every year for the sake of my mother and sister, and for no other reason. My most loved and hated tradition I have mentioned before, which is that in the Hicks clan we draw names by a bundle of gifts for that person whose name we drew, and wrap it in the form of an elaborate sculpture every year. My mom was real into like journaling a few years ago, and so I wrapped hers as a book, but the book was like open with like the pages turning, like frozen in a moment of animation. And the actual like bunches of pages is what you tore open and found the gifts inside of that.
Wow.
A previous year, my brother's gift was a beholder, where I butchered and inverted a medicine ball and had a bunch of like noise-making tubes as its tendrils. It didn't have authentically 10 tentacles, so Wizards of the Coast is, of course, hit me with a massive lawsuit.
Well, no. See, WotC's their approval process. They do have somebody who will count number of tentacles, and not only does the beholder have to have 10 tentacles, but all of those eye stalks have to be visible. So you can't have a beholder that is like at an angle where like one of the eye stalks is missing. They'll still count and tell you to add a 10th one, like peeking up over the back of it or something like that.
Weird.
True story.
So it's not a different tooth ball with eye stalks.
Exactly. If you wanted to be legally not a beholder, just make sure it doesn't have 10.
Oh yeah.
We actually got through that when we were doing some key art for Neverwinter Nights one time.
Wow.
Wow.
Christmas beholders.
Yeah,
Yep.
we kind of had that as a consideration when I was doing a trader portrait for Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. One of the trader portraits was supposed to be like, what's that Stranger Things monster called with a 5-lobed toothy head? What is that called again?
Oh yeah,
The Demogorgon?
The Demogorgon,
yeah.
right? So so the idea was Demogorgon. So my initial one was I did a 5-lobed toothy head with little eyes in the middle, and at when you're working at 50 by 50 pixels, making something that's got 5 different lobes on the head and everything, not an easy feat. I was very proud of it because holy cow, yeah, I mean that's a lot to take in, and he was wearing a suit and everything. And then we realized, Demogorgon has a 5-lobed head, so maybe we should reduce our lobes just to be on the safe side. So yeah, I downsized him to a 3-lobed dude, and we felt pretty safe after that.
Nice. That's awesome.
So in 1974, KFC straight up lied to people that it was they launched a Kentucky for Christmas marketing campaign. And literally just told everybody it was a Christmas food.
Oh,
everybody,
just in East Asia?
Yeah, and nobody was like, yeah, it was 1974.
Nobody questioned it.
Well, like, there's no way to.
Go.
Well, yeah, I mean, how could you even argue, really? I mean, they could say whatever they want.
Some other, but I mean, it was the 70s, so I'm sure, like,
there was no internet.
Going to a military
you would just
base or some
assume
shit like
that must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they spent a lot of money on advertising to make sure it happened, and it did, and now it's a thing.
It's stuck. It's
stuck.
Absolutely stuck.
Got huge in the 80s.
There are a few people more omnivorous than I am, in terms of what I will eat or try. I like almost every type of food from almost every place. What's crazy about this is that I genuinely think Kentucky Fried Chicken is disgusting. I think it's one of the grossest substances ever engineered by human beings.
KFC.
It's far from my favorite fast food place, and it's probably not even my favorite chicken. So yeah, I'm not far off from you. I don't think I would necessarily describe it as disgusting, but I'm certainly not a fan.
KFC in the 80s and 90s was much better. Like it was really good.
Yeah.
And then it got there's something about it now. I don't know what it is.
I don't know that it was
Popcorn
better
chicken
in the
is
90s.
soggy.
Like, I was a child in the 90s, and every now and then my parents would bring home a bucket of chicken, and I'd eat it. And, like, as a kid, grease and sugar and fat is, good stuff. So I would devour the chicken, and afterwards I would feel so profoundly unwell.
I wouldn't, and I wouldn't trust a KFC in New Brunswick. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's fair. New Brunswick is a hellscape for sure.
I mean, I lived in Stewiacke, so what do I know? Stewiacke. But my KFC was a highway KFC, so it had to have higher standards.
For those truckers?
Does a highway KFC need to have higher standards? Or?
Yeah, because you don't have to go into town for it.
You're less likely to get return customers that way.
That's true, actually.
The chicken has this exterior crust that is both crunchy and wet at the same time.
Yes,
and then there's
true.
that serves as sort of a balloon for the liquid grease that sits between the skin and the chicken. There's a good a couple shot glasses of full in each drumstick just suspended in there. Oh. And I don't know why you wouldn't just order any chicken in any format that you want, and then just eat just take a couple shots of congealed grease with it,
because it's 11 herbs and spice flavored grease. It's gross. It was always gross. I'm with you.
I like it actually.
I'm caving. I look. I'll still eat it. Yeah.
Definitely not trying to yuck anyone's yum, but
I also ate a lot of white meat KFC, and that was somehow not quite as greasy because it's white.
I think the white meat was more absorbent.
Yeah.
Or less saturated with grease already.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. The white meat was much better in that case.
But yeah.
I find Mary Brown's is comparatively edible, but you likewise, you likewise do feel afterwards like what you ate was not food.
Well, we live in a, I mean, life sucks, but like at least we have access to like Korean fried chicken now and several different kinds of like brands of Southern fried chicken. Like it's just
that's the big thing. It's like, why would you get KFC if you could get Korean fried chicken instead? It's just it's objectively better.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, now I'm hungry. All right, everybody.
Since it's happening with or without you, have yourselves a merry little Christmas, but I can't stress this enough, don't let your hearts be light.
Never.
Your heart should continue to be made out of gristle and muscle. If it were made out of light, you would at best die, and at worst, people around you would also die.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't want my troubles to be out of sight. I want to see them clearly.
Yes.
Yeah, keep your troubles in sight, man. Like, don't listen to that fucking song. Only the first line is sage advice.
Yeah. Your hearts be light. Yeah. Have a good one, everybody. And if you don't celebrate, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Happy holiday season. Happy holidays. Happy whatever other
Whatever you're into.
localized holiday celebration you might partake in. Be it Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Festivus or anything else.
Or if you just shutter yourself in a bunker. Like, I love that plan.
Yeah. I always say, like, the best way to get through the holidays is, try to be nice to people. Do your best to be nice to people. But, like, the real key to being happy at this time of year is doing whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
Yeah. Do what you want.
Enjoy your bunker food as you wait for the sweeping wall of fire that was supposed to come in 2012.
It did. We just got shunted into another universe. That's why everything's so weird and fucked up. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that some other time.
But take comfort in the fact that this is the best possible remaining universe, and that the next one will only be worse.
Oh yeah. At least we're still here.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
However you run this holiday gauntlet and through whatever holidays it is, I hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll see you live on December 28th.
Yeah, don't forget, everybody. We'll send out a tweet. Are they still called tweet, or are they called X's?
No, yeah, we do still do that.
Zeets?
Zeets.
Don't bow to that at all.
Oh.
I mean, I'm on Blue Sky. It's Skeets over there.
No,
so,
that's awful. That's worse.
Oh. Fucking gross.
I refuse to do anything Elon tells me.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so
it's
fair.
definitely not posts.
That's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, may everyone refuse to do what Elon tells them to do.
Action.
Have a and on that note, on that happy note, have a happy Christmas, everybody.
Happy
or whatever it is you
holidays.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
across the
Happy
board.
Hollandaise.
Happy Hollandaise. Ooh, I gotta get some Hollandaise. I actually requested Hollandaise this morning. I'm gonna go get some to this week. I'm getting some Hollandaise.
Have yourself a Benny.
Oh yeah, I'll put it on anything, man. And any kind of breakfast, just slam it on there. I'm gonna do shots, holly shots.
Holly shots. Oh, just Hollandaise with a what? What would you put with Hollandaise?
That's it.
Rum?
Just
Gin?
just one thick holly shot.
Just
down the hatch.
That's when Matt thinks of a holly jolly Christmas, it is short for hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Happy Hollandaise, everybody.
Have a Hollandaise
let us know
Jollandaise
if you
Christmas.
tried on our live stream. Let us know if you tried a holly shot. Maybe we'll get Matt to do a holly shot on screen.
Oh my god, gross.
Deck the halls
will
with bowls of holly.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm in. I freaking love Hollandaise. It's awesome.
It is.
I love the like the really good like homemade emulsion one, and I also like the shitty stuff you make out of packets too. I'm into anything. I love hollandaise.
I'm down with packet hollandaise.
Oh, it's great.
Some decent stuff.
Yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Have a hollandaise, jollandaise Christmas, and we'll talk to you on the 28th.
Man, I don't know how to use a double boiler. Jesus.
Stick as usual and stay, but above all,
Yes.
and I can't stress this enough, don't let your heart be liked. Don't do it.
Good advice. Good advice. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stick and stay.
Happy holidays.